This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com. AFTV, DT, wow, we got out of jail with that one because at 2-0 down, you couldn't see Arsenal scoring a goal. I mean, it was a very, very poor performance, particularly in the first half from Arsenal.
All game, Robbie. Let's not be kind and go, oh, only the first 45. The whole game was abysmal. That was a semi-final of a European competition, and it's one of the worst performances I've ever seen. I'm disgusted by that performance. I'm not looking at one goal and saying, you know what, we got out of jail. I'm looking at that and saying how disgusted I am at that. I'm disgusted by the players. I'm disgusted by the manager. Everybody. That was abysmal. Every single one of them should hang their heads in shame.
Apart from Leno. Because he
made a great save.
He made a couple of good saves, that kept us in the game.
Yeah, but everyone else, I'm telling you, I've not been that disgusted probably since the final in Baku. And we've had some shit performances this season to be disgusted with. But this is a kind of game where you don't need any kind of motivation going into it. You should be able to just have the most easiest job as a manager going into a semi-final of any cup competition. But what on earth was that? Why are you experimenting with a false nine?
Well, I was going to ask you that. You know what I mean? We haven't played a false number 9.
Ever
Ever at Arsenal. And I know there's injuries and I know, you know, Arteta's just come back from malaria and stuff like that, but why do it? Why do it in a... Sorry.
You said Arteta just come back from malaria.
Maybe he was, right? Aubameyang's just come back from, you know, suffering from malaria. Why attempt that in a semi-final? Why?
I go and ask him. I would love somebody within the press to have a pair of bollocks to go and actually ask the question. Because they don't. They have their little ready-made questions. And it's like, hello, Mikel. Yeah. So why was...
Well, a lot of times that's because they're not allowed to ask us certain questions.
That's one of the things. That's probably why we're not allowed into the press box. Because we would ask questions like that. Because I genuinely would like to know. I backed him as much as anybody. I can't back that. That's disgusting. I want to know why you never took Danny Ceballos off. Forget about the foul, first of all, in the second half, which was the biggest warning. Why did he not come off at half-time? The guy looked like he was running in treacle. He was getting roasted by a guy that got booted out of Tottenham. Somebody explain it to me. I would love to sit there and say, Mikel, please explain
to me. And then, like you said, despite that now, he then, in the second half, you know, gets another foul, which when we all looked at the time, we was like, hey, he could go.
How can all of us sat in a room thousands of miles away with no kind of, you know, managerial, like, you know, qualifications, experience, whatever you might want to call it, can sit there and go, take him off now. Take it, that's your one. That the referee will be looking at you now saying, no more. How? And you've left it, and then he's gone and done it. Please, just explain. I really want somebody to ask me.
And actually, when we went down to 10 men now, we started playing, maybe we're used to that, because that was our 6th red card this season. It's unbelievable.
The only bonus for that red card is that Ceballos is suspended for the next game. And we don't have to put up with his shit anymore. Leave him in Spain. Take his passport away. Don't let him back on the plane and leave him there.
But I'm saying we played better when he came off.
And then it went 10v10 and we fell backwards. Part of me goes...
We looked tired at the end as well, didn't we?
They played on Sunday against Barcelona. Yeah. We played on Friday against Everton. So I don't get none of it in any way, shape. We've had all week to prepare for that game and it looked like we didn't prepare. Why?
I still
because
can't...
Guess what, Robbie? Guess what we see all week? What do you think we saw all week?
The videos.
Training videos. Does it look like you was training?
It was poor. It was poor. But we're still in it.
Don't know how.
Somehow we're still in that
I don't know how. I don't know how we are still in it.
You still you fancy us to go through?
If we've got any balls about us, we'll win that second leg comfortably because Villarreal shit.
Well, I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, Robbie.
I don't think they are.
They are not,
in the first half, they weren't shit.
We allowed them to dominate. We got.
I wouldn't say. I don't think they're shit. I don't think they're shit.
We got sucked into what they wanted. Immediately in the first minute, I watched the goalkeeper literally with the ball at his feet saying, come over towards me, come towards me. Because they were sucking us in. How can I see it watching the telly? We're all seeing it. But yet
in the
the players...
But I just felt that in the second half, we pressed them better.
No.
So we pressed them into a load of mistakes.
No. Emery made the mistake. He made the mistakes he used to make when he was at us. He got the 2 goals and went, you know what, shut up shop, cool. Took his striker off, brought on a defensive midfielder, said that'll do. What Emery should have done is just carry on going for us. Because we were there for the taking. That tie could have been done. That would have been 4 or 5. I'm not even joking. But he is pragmatic, is the word that we used to use with Emery. That is his biggest Achilles heel. And that's what he was. He was too pragmatic at 2-0. Said, you know what? Don't concede an away goal. 2-0, perfect, lovely. And he sat defensively and allowed us on. It wasn't the way that we played. It wasn't nothing. I think at 10 men, the players kind of sat there and went, nothing to lose here. Got to get a goal. Can't just go out and not get a goal. Just got to go. Got to try. And we got very lucky by getting a penalty.
Was it a penalty for you?
You know what the weirdest thing? One angle I look at on penalty, and then another angle I'm like, he's left his leg. So it's, listen, man, it's
Listen, we're lucky to get that.
Yeah.
Can we go through?
We can go through, but I told you we've got to
Do you
have a pair
think
of
we'll go
balls.
through?
No.
You don't think we'll go through?
Look at our home record. We're shit. We're awful at home, Robbie. What gives you any confidence at all? Would you bet your house on it?
I would have bet even
a meal deal.
This mic on it right now.
Do you know what I mean? Hey, listen, these mics are worth something now, man.
You can't trust this team. You can't
No,
trust
you
this
can't
team.
trust.
But if they've got anything about them, they've got a second chance. They've got an away goal. 1-0 takes them through. You know, 1-0 clean sheet takes them through. But listen, there's an opportunity there. And maybe, just maybe, a lot of those players, Aubameyang, Tierney could be fit for next week, possibly.
We need them.
You know, Lacazette maybe could be back. We don't know. But that would be, I think we need those guys back to get through this.
We need them. And I also would like someone to look at Arsenal's, you know, boots and decide what they were going to wear.
Because we kept slipping over the whole game.
I've never seen so many players slip over in my life. Like even Aubameyang, I think he would have scored if he never slipped at the end. So I don't know what that was, but it's not an excuse. Just
before you go, Daniel Ek, the guy from Spotify, he came out this week, said he definitely wants to buy the club. He's got the backing of some Arsenal Invincibles. What do you make of that?
I think it's going to happen in terms of the bid, but whether the Cronkies are going to do anything about it. You know the weirdest thing? We're trying to get in the Champions League, but not getting into the Champions League might be the nudge that Kroenke needs to actually hand over. Because you get in the Champions League, Kroenke's going to be like, bit of money now. Yep, lovely. In where we need to go. So you're in a catch-22. I want what's best for Arsenal. And I want us to win the trophy. And I want us to, you know, so I'm not even trying to think that way. But then there's the other side of me, which is my heart, which is saying the best for Arsenal is Kroenke gone. So you're kind of torn in the middle. Do you know what I mean? So he's saying all the right things, you know. He's got the money. I think the first thing he's done is got the fans on side by introducing the people that he has as his consortium. So, yeah, in that respect, he's saying all the right things. And I just want somebody that owns this club, that cares for this club, and actually cares about the future of this club and the progress, and to get us back to the glory days and not to have to put up with performances like this. Because it's not acceptable, Robbie. It's not acceptable. I can't back anybody. It's a poor performance. Arteta's to blame. The players are to blame. It's disgusting. Every single one of them should hang their heads. And they should take a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror before that second leg. Or even, I'm not even talking about Newcastle. Sunday doesn't even bother me because the league's done. It's done. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather on Sunday at Newcastle we go and bring the likes of Balogun and Aziz and give Martinelli more minutes and, you know, maybe give Tierney a little run out or Lacazette just to get 20 minutes under their belt like at the end of the game or whatever. Because that's what that game means to us. Nothing. And then you go into the game next Thursday. They've got some balls. They'll go through. But do I trust them? Nah, mate. Don't trust them.